Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd gets set to match up between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky. Over the middle. That's caught by Miller. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Renzo Carter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the...
And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And, man, Charles, talking about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Fournette. And from the 25, they...
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, Slayton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Down carry for Smith. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
12 yards there and a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a give to Fournette. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 15 carries, 58 yards. To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week, now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
On first down, Smith. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. These two teams all tied after one. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Trubisky now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Miller. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's get it together, defense.
Again, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, to come up with the ball. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Pass interference.
Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. For a pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guys going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Trubisky now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Smith. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, They got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they may be going backward here. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey.
Now Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And plays
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this is going to carry well into the end zone. Come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and inches, Trubisky on the right side. This is Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Trubisky. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky, completion left side to Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
54, check, watch 54.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them. That attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
That's the pressure. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's Trubisky. The quick slant caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Fournette on the counter. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Let's go!
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now at Soldier Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On first down, it's Smith, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Jackson, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The throw complete. Trubisky to Miller. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the second.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Leonard Fournette. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. the run, it's Fournette. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Giants on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it again with Fournette. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New York. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
So now Trubisky and the Bears down 17-13, a little over a minute to go. They'll need to take this football 95 yards, no easy feat. And they start out 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.